We think we're describing a feeling, but we're really saying what we think or how we perceive ourselves. It's describing our skill. It's describing where we feel like we should be, or where we think we should be, what we think we are based on our expectation, basically. Along with having, you know, the skill and being equipped to actually name our emotions, all of our emotions, there's also this concept that I wanted to introduce into this video called nonviolent communication. And it's from this book called Nonviolent Communication, A Language of Life. I'll link it down in the description box, but it really like opened my eyes to, number one, how to communicate more empathetically with people, with myself as well as to even more accurately name my actual feelings. And like, y'all will just get y'all life as I go on and explain, all right? So basically, nonviolent communication, it helps you to use language to more effectively voice not only our emotions, but also our wants, our needs, and our desires as well, which is also very important in life, to be able to identify your wants, needs, and desires, name them, and that'll make you feel more confident in speaking them, you know, because honestly, it's not easy, especially depending on all our, you know, childhoods and all of that. Being able to confidently say what we want, what we need, and what we desire is not an easy feat, you know? So nonviolent communication helps you with that. And within the book, there's this quote that really like made me open my eyes, which says, a common confusion generated by the English language is our use of the word feel without actually expressing a feeling, which means basically being able to distinguish between words that actually express a feeling versus words that describe what we think we are, or describe what or how we think other people are perceiving us. And honestly, it gets kind of tricky to like really like see this, but I am a good communicator, so I'll break it down for y'all. So here's an example. Say you play an instrument, you have a talent. Me, I'm a writer, I write. Well, duh. Pick whatever skill in your mind and apply it as I, you know, say this. Example that the book gives is a guitar player. So say, you know, you're doing your you know, favorite skill and you're getting frustrated and you're saying, yo, like, I practice so much and it just seems like I'm not getting any better. Like, I'm still at this stage when I thought I would be at this stage. I feel inadequate. Inadequacy is not a feeling. It's actually a description of, you know, our skill. It's describing our skill. It's describing where we feel like we should be, or where we think we should be, what we think we are based on our expectation, basically. And a lot of us do this. We think we're describing a feeling, but we're really saying what we think or how we perceive ourselves. And honestly, you can use that as a tool to actually, you know, say, name, and describe how you're viewing yourself, which can, you know, offer a sense of vulnerability in how you connect with yourself. And then say, and that makes me feel, and then name an emotion. So when you switch, I feel inadequate, to I perceive myself as inadequate, that alone like hits, because it's like, I perceive myself as inadequate. Like, wow. Like, honey, dang. That's what I mean when I say it helps you to get, like, being able to make this distinction of like how you perceive yourself, how you're perceiving yourself, or how you're perceiving other people are perceiving you versus actually feeling. You can say sentences that really break down like what you're going through. As an example, saying, I perceive myself as inadequate based on, you know, not being able to play the guitar. And this makes me feel hurt. This makes me feel sad. This makes me feel disappointed in myself. This makes me feel frustrated. You know, those are actual emotions. It's the feeling that comes from being able to describe how you see yourself, you know? And that alone is incredible to do. A lot of people, like when you go to therapy, a lot of people, like you'll be surprised, a lot of people have to like go weeks before they can just do that, you know? And like truly understand that, like, this is how I perceive myself, and then this is how it makes me feel. So another example, say that you're working like in a group setting, and you know the group is like misunderstanding you, and you're perceiving them as ignoring you. So rather than saying, I feel misunderstood, or I feel ignored, or I feel unappreciated, you know, or undervalued, you would rather say, it seems like this group is misunderstanding me. It seems like this group is ignoring me. It seems like this group is not appreciating me and the hard work that I contribute. That's annoying. Sorry. Not appreciating my efforts, you know, to contribute to the group, you know? And then that makes me feel sad. It makes me feel hurt. It makes me feel frustrated. And it makes me feel disappointed in the treatment that I'm getting. And then being able to say that simple sentence, like that one sentence, you can then convey that to the group and communicate that. Like communicate the base, like that's like, it lays it all out, that sentence, you know? Being able to say what you perceive and then how that makes you feel, it lays it all out so that you can then go to the group, or you know, the leader of the group, and lay it out on the table so that they understand what you're actually feeling. And being able to say, you know, those vulnerable emotions, it can open up vulnerability within other people. Being able to say, and that makes me sad, and that makes me hurt, you know? It will, you know, tug on people's heartstrings, definitely, and, you know, make them want to actually change their behavior rather than just going in with masking words and being like, I feel misunderstood. Y'all not doing this. I feel ignored. Y'all ignoring me. Going through it like that, it may put some people off. And not only will they not understand what you're truly saying and what you're truly going through, then the defenses will come up and be like, we ain't ignoring you. Like, well, I don't know why you feel like that, blah, blah, blah. Because like using those masking words, it makes it easier for people to like deflect, basically. Because like you could say, I feel ignored, and they're like, well, I'm not ignoring you. Like, I don't perceive you as being ignored. Like, I acknowledge you when you walked in. Like, what you talking about, you know? Rather than saying like a concrete emotion, it'll sound more off-putting and weird for them to say, you ain't sad, rather than them being able to say, ain't nobody ignoring you, you know? Not only does it open up the floor for like vulnerability and people to just understand and be understanding, and then feel more comfortable changing their behavior because like they don't feel attacked by what you feel, like what you actually feel, versus you just only naming your perception of how you feel they're perceiving you, and then they them having room to combat that and, you know, be on the defense because someone got a problem with them, you know? And honestly, this is not easy, you know, especially when firstly confronted with this. It's not easy at all to be able to like really make that distinction each time. So something that I did before I, you know, I guess worked up like this sounds weird, but like worked up the mental ability to be able to do it. That sounds so pretentious, but don't even take it like that. But like, yeah, before I worked up the ability to make that distinction, because we're all like, it's so easy to say, like to just say I feel this and then not name an emotion. So keep it, you can keep that and say I feel ignored, but then go on with the sentence and don't just like leave it at that. Go on with the sentence and say, and that makes me feel hurt, you know? Because like you're still staying with what's familiar, but you're also connecting it with something that's unfamiliar, or, you know, something that is new. And I say it like that because like our brains, like the familiar, we're more prone to go with the familiar because like that's what makes us feel safe. And we're less prone to go with something new and like go on a challenge and like, you know, just do something new because it's unfamiliar. So bringing both of them together, it gives like your mind like the breadcrumb, you know, to feel safe. You know, you're giving something familiar, something savory, something nice while you're in a new environment, basically. And here's another example. Say you're in a new space and like you don't have really anything to contribute to this project, you know, or this conversation. Let's keep it simple. So you know, you're feeling like, you know, everyone is just like so knowledgeable on the subject and like you're just there like, you know, like you don't have anything to contribute. Rather than saying I feel incompetent, because you're basing that on like how you imagine other people are perceiving you based on like your inability to contribute to the conversation. You see, like, I hope I'm making sense to y'all. So rather than just saying I feel incompetent, say I perceive myself as incompetent, and then that it disheartens me, you know? And it don't even gotta be like you perceive yourself overall as incompetent. You could say, I feel incompetent in this moment. And honestly, being able to do this, it can kind of give you a sense of comfort in being able to see like, I'm just perceiving myself as this way. You know, like I'm not actually this. Oh, I'm just perceiving how I think other people are perceiving me. You know, it can give you comfort to like figure out and eventually know I'm not actually an incompetent person. I'm just perceiving myself as this based on this, and this, and this. I hope that this video was able to help you. I hope that I laid it out well. I hope if I didn't, definitely light me up in the comments. And you know, I'll kiki with y'all. And honestly, I really just want to leave y'all like, just don't feel bad if you do these things. If I'm naming something that you do in any of these videos, don't feel bad at all. Like, we all human. We all have self-preservation skills, I guess, within our bodies that our mind does in order to protect ourselves. You know, it's nothing to be ashamed about. It's just something to identify and, you know, remove that block so that you can get closer to yourself and closer to your feelings. So get deep. Make sure you're actually feeling your emotions and that you can actually name them so that you can feel even more. And just don't ever feel alone, honey. Like, we are in this together. Like, any video that I do, I go through it first and then I bring it to y'all. So if you have any type of, you know, feelings of loneliness, you feel like you're going through it alone, don't ever feel like that. So just know we are in community, honey. We are doing this. We're in this together. you know? And actually, we're all in this together. All my subscribers, all the views that I get on my videos, we're all in this together. You know, don't ever feel alone in this healing journey. So if you would like, drop a comment. Let other people know that you're going through this too. Don't be scared. Don't forget to like, comment, and hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram. I'll leave it in the description box, and we could kiki in the DMs. I know y'all like doing that with me. I like doing it with y'all too. So like I said, I hope I was able to help y'all. Thank you so much for watching. This is Confident Black Girl signing out, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.